Hi, welcome to Finding Clarity. It's Slow Flow Sundays. I forgot to put the music on, and I don't even have my tablet in here. We're just going to go musicless. Where is my tablet? Somebody don't start it. Okay. So I guess we have no music today. I didn't even notice it until I was like, now it feels quiet. So how's everybody feeling? Good. Good. We have our cushion, blanket, and a block for today. And we're going to start laying on our backs. I think we're going to try to have a little bit of fun. Let's think about this like just play with your body today, okay? We're just going to play. We're just playing. It's not serious. I think everybody needs to have a little chill time, a little not so serious. Kind of like it with no music. It's cool. Bend your knees so your feet are flat on the mat, and you can start to tune into your spine, feeling your spine along the mat behind you. If the dog starts to get too much, let me know, and I'll let him. Sometimes he used to chill. He used to be the yoga puppy, Brady. He would just fall asleep in the middle of class and relax with everybody. So we'll see how he does. Start to tune into your breath, noticing your inhales, noticing your exhales. Also, if you have your hair pulled back in something and you're laying on the back of your head, you can move that out of the way so that the back of your head contacts the floor all the way. Now I want you to start thinking about the exhale. Bring all of your awareness into the exhale. Let that linger. Pressing just slightly with the belly to push all the air out. As you do this, when you exhale, I want you to almost feel it like in the back of your throat, like a Darth Vader breath, you know, that everybody knows how to do Darth Vader breath. Can't say it. Darth Vader breath. Everybody knows how to do that. So that's what we're doing. With the back of your throat almost closing. As you exhale completely and pull your pubic bone slightly up toward the navel on the exhale. It's very subtle, like you almost don't really move. It's more of just a feeling. And what that does is it firms the low belly, starts to activate the pelvic floor, and it will help really complete those exhales. Couple more times. I really want you to exhale all the way, all the way, all the way. Inhale as deeply as you want to. You'll find that when you exhale so completely, your inhales will naturally get deeper. You are naughty. And then I want you to just kind of let go of that. Just let go of that breath, let go of that focus, and notice how your spine feels now. Notice how your body feels. Notice if you feel like if it's hard to be still. Just notice that too. And we're going to bring our knees up. Towards your chest. Just take your feet off the floor. Go ahead and place your hands on your knees. And we're going to do that same thing with our breath. Inhale. As you exhale, you're going to firm the belly. Is he getting you? That's so great. As you firm the belly, your knees will naturally float towards your chest a little bit. And you may not move much at all, and that's okay. Inhale, open, make space. Exhale, firming the belly, draws the knees in. Continuing to do that Darth Vader breath. He may not be a good yoga puppy today. Some days he is. One more time from wherever you're at, completing another round completely. Then set your feet back down. Just take a short pause here. Notice how the spine feels after that. And then we're going to take our feet a little bit wider. So you want your feet a little bit farther apart than your hips, than your sits bones. So you should be able to look down and see your heels. And we're going to windshield wiper our knees side to side. Just a little bit. Going about 50% here. Starting to warm up the hips. Notice how the sacrum rolls across the floor.
You are right, sweet. And don't need the microphone.
Oh. Nope. He's so ferocious.
No biting. No biting.
Coming back to center and noticing how that feels. And then we're going to come up to all fours. So you have a couple options here. You can either rock and roll straight up if you're feeling that and it feels better on your spine to do that. Or you can roll over onto one side and inhale, press yourself up. And then coming straight over into your all fours position. 4-point stance. I like to use a cushion under my knees. If we need to kick him out, we can. Although now he can't bite our ears. So that's nice. Or eat my microphone. Checking hair. Okay, looking good, looking good. So wrists generally under shoulders, knees generally under hips. If you need to go a little wider with your knees, that's okay. If you need your hands to be a little bit wider than your shoulders, that's okay. What I want you to think about is the tops of your feet flat behind you, as flat as you can get. You know, we spend all day walking around in this flexion, so pointing the toe, getting some extension there. And then also think about your fingers as wide as you can make them, stretching them out. And then you're going to split the front between the first two fingers. That's the front. The rest of it spreads out nice and wide. Okay? Now from here, when you inhale, just relax, soften. Your back will go into a little extension. As you exhale, again, we're going to pull the navel up towards the spine, firm the belly, pubic bone will shift to pull up towards the navel, and you'll get into this really perfect flat back. Think about your tailbone reaching long behind you. Gianna, you might want to take a little space between your knees, just a little, like that. Yeah, there you go. Yes, very good. And then pull the pubic bone up towards the navel. Pull the navel up towards the spine. And we're going to hold it there. You're not going to hold your breath. You're going to continue to breathe into your rib cage. And now the pelvis stays, doesn't go into any more extension than this. So this is not a typical cat-cow type of thing. If your wrists start to get uncomfortable, you can use a cushion like this, another blanket. You might not need one under your knees. Like that will help if your wrists are hurting. We are going to inhale, lift the head, lift the chest. Don't move the pelvis. Exhale, we're going to sit all the way back. Hips find heels, elbows lower, head comes all the way down. Inhale, come all the way back up. Do not move your hips, your pelvis. Lift the head, lift the chest. Exhale all the way back down. So in a typical cat-cow, we kind of deeply lift the pelvis, lift the head, come all the way back up on your inhale. And we're not doing that here. It really protects the low back, keeps the low belly nice and firm. Is he trying to eat you? That is not working. Keep going. One more round. And then all the way through. Inhale all the way up. And then when you exhale, all the way back down. And we're going to stay in child's pose for just a few breaths. Or not, right? So if child's pose is really annoying to you, or if you can't breathe, like if your sinuses feel pressure, or your body just doesn't like this, you can sit in easy seated pose. So don't feel like you have to stay in child's pose if it is terribly uncomfortable for you. Because what we want to do is tune into how your body is feeling. Noticing the spine, noticing the breath. Okay, now we're going to come back up again into our all 4-point stance. It is really weird in here. Check your fingers, people. Don't lose it. Spread them out. You ever see an old person's hands? They start to curl in. Spread and stretch. Spread and stretch. It's important. Okay, we are going to shift our weight. So shift your weight to the left. Left hand, left knee. And roll the right toes under as you press the right heel out behind you. Yeah? You can just take a moment here, press out the heel, pull the navel up towards the spine, get nice and firm. On your next inhale, we're going to roll that right heel down, shift your weight to your left hand, and bring your right arm all the way up. See? Told you, Richard, no problem. What I want you to feel for is your left oblique. So the left side should be pressing up, right? You're pushing on your arm. Your left arm is, of course, holding you up. But you're really pushing up through that left oblique. If this is really, really hard, you can turn your bottom foot out. She can turn it out. Yeah, she can turn it out if she wants to for balance. But this is a really nice challenge. Now take that top arm and reach it up over the top ear. Bow out through the top rib cage, pressing up. Deep breath in and exhale here. Feel that stretch all the way from the outside of the right foot to the right fingertips. Oh my goodness, that's nice. Now, if you want to just be fun and play with it, lift up your right heel. And then maybe lift up your right toes. And wobble. Because that's fun. And it means you're fighting for it. And then bring it all the way back down to 4-point stance. Let's do 2 rounds. Inhale, lift the head, lift the chest. Exhale all the way back down. Inhale, lift the head, lift the chest. And exhale all the way back down. And you can stay in your child's pose or find an easy seated, whatever works for you. I want you to take your hands and wrap them all the way around to hold your heels. Maybe take a block to place under your forehead. And take a moment and let's notice how the side bodies feel. So you really stretched open one side, the right side, and crunched in the left side. So notice how that's feeling. I'm sorry, the puppy is cracking me up. He has really decided that Richard's head is tasty. That explains why he likes Andrew too. He can chew on the... I should have brought a toy in here. There's toys in his crate. Anyway, we're pausing. On your next inhale, gently bringing yourself back up. My hair doing. And we're going to do the other side. I'm going to turn around so that I'm still facing y'all. But y'all just stay where you're at. You're good. Both sides slide to the center. There you go. I know. It's like a puzzle. Finding our good, strong 4-point stance. Pull that navel up towards the spine. And then shift your weight to your right. Roll your left toes under. Press out through the left heel. Take a moment with that and just feel that centering. Feel the balance. There you go. Good boy. It's like, I just needed something to play with, y'all. And then we're going to shift our weight to our right hand. Roll the left heel down. Bring the left hand up. Nice. Tune into the right oblique. Pulling up. So like you feel this kind of crunch lift right here. Kind of it decreases the amount of pressure maybe that you're putting on your hand. Maybe not. I don't know. That's the plan anyway. Then on your next inhale, take the top arm and bring it over the ear. Oh, yeah. Start to notice that stretch. And then bow the top rib cage up. Continuing to crunch your right oblique. And then maybe you want to lift the left heel. Maybe you want to lift the left toe. And wobble. So fun. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, coming back down to 4-point stance. Inhale, lift the head, lift the chest. What did he do? Did he pee? Oh, that's why he was at the door. He's such a good boy. Exhale, come all the way back down. Inhale up. Do get a towel from the closet. Exhale back down. Coming all the way into your child's pose. And finding one that works for you. Again, take your hands maybe back by your heels. If that doesn't feel good, maybe you want to fold your arms up underneath your forehead. Play around with it until you get to a point where you can settle in. I'm going to let him out. No, by the sink. His pee-pee's so tiny. There you go, babies. Everybody out. Ew. He'll get better at it. It takes practice. I feel like it's been like I feel like it's been like forever since I've even taught a class. So, but when I come in here and do my own practice, he's with me. So now noticing how maybe your body feels more balanced out, more centered. Notice if there's any discrepancies from one side to the other. So one side might be hurting a little bit. One side might feel like it's easier to stretch out than the other side. Just notice. Okay, we're going to gently take ourselves to a standing position. So tucking your toes under, moving your props. Inhale all the way up. Oh yeah. And then finding your center here. Ooh. Forgot my damn water again. And just notice your feet are underneath you. Soften your knees. Maybe you can get a little pelvic tilt so the pubic bone pulls up and the tailbone pulls long. Belly is firm. Wiggle your fingers. Bounce your shoulders. And close your eyes. Or just look down and tune inward. Notice how that feels. Notice how the shift from being down to being up felt. Is it getting hot in here to anybody? Okay, anybody else uncomfortable? You can unplug it. You can also unplug it if you want to. I'm just saying. Richard likes excessive heat.
Coronavirus.
That's true. I did see that.
Cycling the air. He's good.
Okay. I'm going to tag you in that
He
thing.
only works in an office with dirty people.
It's probably true. Okay. We're just going to do a couple basic forward folds. We're going to inhale, arms out to the side. Make sure you're staggered. Or just touch your neighbors. That's fine too. And exhale, straight forward, hinge at the hips, soften your knees. Adduct your thighs. So you're pressing your legs apart as you come down. And just go as far as is comfortable for you. And then scoop, like you're scooping the earth, and come all the way back up. And exhale all the way back down. We're going to do that a few times. Scoop. Inhale up. Exhale over. Press the thighs out. Soften the knees. There you go. That ends up making a lot more room for the sacrum as you fold forward. And we'll stay standing. Exhale, arms come down. And just notice how that feels. Notice the belly. Notice the back. Let's Step the left foot back, right foot forward. Staying on our train tracks. Simple as I am safe. On your next inhale, we're going to soften the front knee, open the arms up to cactus arms. And then exhale, bring the hands back down to the low belly. Again, inhale, soften the front knee, arms come up. This time when you exhale, come to your belly button. If you're thinking about it, you can switch hands. Inhale, back up, cactus arms. This time come to your heart. Inhale, back up. Keep repeating to yourself that I am safe. To your throat, sorry. Inhale all the way back up. This time cover your eyes. Inhale, reach your arms up for the ceiling. Exhale, put your hands on your head, top of your head. And inhale, reach up, bend the front knee, and we're going to stay. Exhale here. On your next inhale, reach up. Exhale, soften. Front knee is bent. Reach up. Exhale, soften. Inhale up. Exhale, float it all the way back down, step together. Notice how that feels. Notice your shoulders. Notice all the places on your body that you contacted. And notice your legs. Switch sides. Left foot in front. Hands on your belly. Looking good. Inhale up. We're going to come back to the low belly. Remember, I am safe, or whatever phrase works for you. I like that one. Inhale up. We're coming back to the navel. Exhale down. Inhaling up. Into the heart. Exhale in. I am safe. Inhale up. Exhale to the throat. Inhale up. Cover your eyes. Reach for the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, straighten the leg. Come back to the top of the head. And then we hold. Exhale, soften here. On your inhale, you're going to reach. Hands and back heel. And exhale, soften. Very nice. Inhale, reach. And exhale, soften. Y'all are so my people with your awesome sweaters. Inhale, reach, and exhale all the way back down. Is that what you call that one? Or just all of them? How have I never thought of that? I love all my sweaters, like open front, not pullovers. I'm not a pullover fan. Isn't that funny? Yeah, I feel all bound up in this long sleeve shirt. Ugh. Got too much stuff touching my skin. Okay, and then noticing how that feels in your body. And then everybody turn and face the window with your whole self. Turn your feet. There you go. Step your feet nice and wide. Past shoulder distance, unless you don't want to. And then you can go a little bit less. That's fine too. We're going to turn your foot that's my direction to face me. And maybe pop the back toes in just a little bit. So you want the heel lined up to the arch of the back foot. Okay? Okay. Inhale, bend the front knee, the one facing me, and arms come out to a T. Exhale back down. So we're going to stop there for just a second. I want you to notice when you're standing here, your ribs are right up over your hips. Your shoulders are right up over your ribs, and your hips are nice and open. Maybe give a little booty tuck in that one. Pull your tailbone down. There we go. She's in that cultural position. And then we're going to stay like this. The top half doesn't move. Only the legs. Well, I mean, your arms are going to move. The core body does not move. So inhale, bend the front knee, and float the arms out. Exhale back down. There we go. Inhale up. Exhale down. And you can go less is more on that bend. Inhale out. And exhale down. Now we're going to hold it. Inhale up. And stay here. Warrior two. Think about pulling your pubic bone up towards your navel, pressing the tailbone nice and long, pressing down with your hands like you're pushing on a table. Shoulders are nice and down. If you want to turn and look out over your front hand, you can. And I want you to picture what a warrior looks like to you. And then embody that, almost as if there was I like to see it like an overlay. Like an animated overlay standing just like me right over my body, the warrior, right? You can see lightning bolts coming out your fingertips. Pew, pew. Whatever. Now we're going to turn our front palm to face up. Inhale, reach that palm for the ceiling. The back hand's going to find the back of the thigh. Just touch, not hold. And exhale, come all the way back. Here. We're going to hold that breath, actually. So inhale, flip the palm, lift it up. Exhale, stay here. Inhale, come back to warrior two. Now let's try to make it floaty. Inhale, floaty back. Exhale here. And then inhale back. Exhale here. Inhale, floaty. Exhale, hold. Inhale, floaty. Exhale, hold. Now we're going to go the other way. So the front arm is going to find the front knee and the back arm is going to find the ceiling or up towards the ear. It's up to you. That's our inhale. Exhale here. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale here. Inhale down. Exhale here. Inhale back up. Exhale here. Inhale, flow. Like a windmill. We're going to go both directions here in a second. Exhale here. Inhale up. Exhale here. Okay, now hold on the exhales, but we're not going to hold in the center. So we are going to flip the front palm as we inhale, reach for the ceiling and go back. Inhale, but hold for your exhale. Inhale, windmill all the way through to your side angle. Hold for your exhale. And we're going to flow through this. You can go at your own breath. Inhale all the way back. Hold for your exhale. Inhale all the way through to the front. Hold for your exhale. And it's okay if you move a little faster. Not by much. It is slow flow. Or a little slower. Exhale. And then last one. Exhale here. And then up to the center. And exhale back. And hold here. Shake it out a little bit maybe if you need to. Notice how the body feels. Maybe we should unplug it. Can we unplug it? Thank you. A little behind. That would have been funnier if I did it sooner. Okay. So, noticing maybe your glutes, your hips, your quads. This was a heavy position, a challenging position to hold through all of that movement. And just notice how that feels for a second. Notice how uneven it feels. And now let's turn around and face the bathroom. It'll be fun for Richard when he comes out. And we're going to turn again to toe face me. And this painting was done by somebody who used to live in the neighborhood. I know, isn't it great? I never get tired of it. Noticing how your hips feel on this direction. And then inhale, soften the front knee, keeping the ribs over the pelvis, over the shoulders, over the ribs. Hands come out. Exhale back down. Inhale, float it up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Very nice. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. We're going to hold on the next one. Inhale up. And hold. Okay, now we're going to go reverse first. Holding on that, tuck, tuck, turn the, there you go. Bend the front knee. There you go. Flip the front hand over. Inhale, reach back. Exhale here. Inhale, float back to center. Exhale here. Inhale into posture. Exhale to hold. Inhale to come back up. Exhale to hold. Inhale back. Exhale, hold. Inhale up. Exhale, hold. Feel free to deepen the front knee if you want to challenge yourself. Inhale up. Exhale, hold. Inhale back. Exhale, hold. Other direction. Inhale, reaching across the body. Don't lean on that front arm. Exhale, hold. Inhale, back up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale here. Inhale. Just play with it. You're a windmill. Inhale. Exhale here. Inhale back. Exhale here. One more time. I think. I don't know. I lost count. Exhale. Then inhale back up. Exhale here. Now ready? Both directions. Inhale to posture backwards. Hold for your exhale. Inhale into side angle. Hold for your exhale. Inhale backwards. Reverse warrior. Thinking on where we have been. Inhale into side angle. Thinking of where we're going. Inhale back. This is our last round. Inhale forward. Inhale back up to warrior two. And exhale back to center. Let's bring our feet together for our pause. You can face wherever you want to face. Just tune in and notice how all that movement felt for you. Very nice. Let's shake it out a little bit. Shake out your feet. Like mine are popping. Like I can feel my own joints. Okay, and then doing a little like football run with just your heels lifting. Gonna jiggle the thighs, jiggle the booty.
Yeah.
And then shake it off. Then think about coming up your back and shaking your shoulders almost backwards. Let's just shake it off. Everything. Just shake it off your back. Imagine it falling off down into the earth and shake out your arms. And like literally just like, ooh, get it out of there. You can wipe it a little bit. Like just get up. Okay. All right. And then stop. And feel how that feels in your body. And then we're going to come back down to all fours. Just for a second. I'm going to skip it with the cushion this time. But feel free to grab a folded blanket under your knees or your wrists. Tuck that pubic bone. Pull up the navel. Inhale, lift the head, lift the chest. Tuck the toes under. Exhale, press the hips up. Head comes between elbows. Keep your knees bent. Inhale, knees come down. Lift the head, lift the chest. Untuck the toes. Exhale, slide the hips over heels, elbows lower, lower forehead. Inhaling back up. Lift your head, lift your chest. Keep your pelvis in alignment. Tuck your toes. Exhale, press back into your little bent knee down dog here. Inhale, knees come down. Lift the head, lift the chest. Untuck the toes and exhale down into child's pose. One more round. Inhaling up. Lift the head, lift the chest. Tuck the toes. Exhale back. Oh yeah. Maybe you want to straighten your legs a little bit more. Inhale, bring the knees down. Lift the head, lift the chest, untuck the toes. And exhale all the way back down. Noticing how the spine feels after that. Slight inversion. Now reach your hands way out in front of you and slide your chest across the floor. Your booty's going to come up. Make it cute. Just kidding. And bring it all the way down. Very nice. That's fun. You can move your props if you need to or not. Take your forehead down. Now take your hands back by your hips. Palms are going to face up. Thumbs are in towards the body. Turn your toes to face out and separate your feet a little bit. Now, if your heels lay all the way down, you should have done Irish dance. Autumn. And just sway your hips from side to side. Just sway. This is crocodile. So imagine you're like a crocodile floating through the water. You can have your chin down if you don't want to have your forehead down. I like forehead down better so that your spine is in alignment. But if it's uncomfortable, you can put your chin down too. And then find stillness. Bring your feet back in. Toes point straight behind you. And line up your feet with your sits bones. On your next inhale, we're going to lift our head, lift your shoulders, lift your hands, turn the pinkies to the sky. Exhale all the way back down. Take your time. Inhale, lift your head, lift your shoulders, lift your hands, turn the pinkies to the sky. Very nice. Exhale back down. Inhale, lift. And we're going to hold. Exhale here. And you'll kind of settle down a little bit. Inhale, reach those hands back towards the heels. And exhale down. Inhale, reach. Dang, girl. You're like a cobra. Exhale down. Inhale, reach the fingers back. And exhale all the way down. And just pause here. You can bring your hands up, arms up underneath your forehead. Now we're going to flip over onto our backs. You can just flip right from there. It should be fine. It's all pretty self-explanatory. Again, moving your ponytail if you have one so that you can get your head flat on the floor and have your blocks handy. Keeping them nearby. All right. Go ahead and start with your knees up towards your chest. So take a couple of breaths here. You could do the Apanasana like we do at the start of class, where you inhale the knees away and exhale the knees in. Or you could go from side to side a little bit if that feels better. Make it some circles on the sacrum. Feels really nice. Make sure you go both ways. Maybe you want to like pedal out your knees. Okay. That's excellent. Excellent. Rice Krispies. Okay, now take it, keeping your knees up. Take your hands out to your side, palms down. And they can be about 45 degrees away from you or all the way out to a T, whatever you feel more comfortable with. And we're going to take the left leg down. Straighten it all the way down to the floor if that feels okay for you. If not, you can keep the knee bent and the foot flat on the floor, but the right knee is up. Inhale here. Exhale, let the body twist. So the right leg comes all the way over to the left side of the body. I don't know why that was so hard for me to say all of a sudden. Options here to grab a prop. If it feels uncomfortable, get your cushion or your block and place it underneath your knee. You don't want to be holding your leg here real heavy, like you're working really hard at it. You want to kind of relax into it. You're good. And you can always take the left hand and place it over the right knee to keep it supported if that feels better. An option to turn and look over the right shoulder. And we're letting go here. So we're not trying to press our breath out. We're not trying to do anything like that. We're just letting the spinal twist happen. We're letting gravity do its part. And always honor if your neck is starting to hurt or if it's not comfortable on your shoulders to turn and look. Don't. Bringing it back up through center. Both knees come up. Take a couple breaths here. Noticing the spine, noticing the side, noticing that awkward feeling of being only having done one side. And then take the right leg down. Either straighten it all the way or bend the knee. And then folding across the body, the left knee comes all the way over, maybe to a block or a cushion. And just finding rest here. You can take your right hand and place it over your left knee. And maybe turn and look over your left shoulder. Just relaxing, allowing gravity to do the hard work here. Listening to the thunderous sounds of herds of giant animals upstairs. They can't sneak around the house though, so that's good. And then inhale back to center. Both knees come up. Taking a moment, maybe a little rockin', rollin', whatever feels good. Place your feet down on the floor. Hands are down by your hips, palms face down. Really connecting those feet down. Knees are bent. Knees are bent. There you go. Little space between your feet. You want to think about where your sits bones are, your booty bones, and you want your feet lined up with your booty bones. And you want it about as far away from your hip as one of your own foot's length. If you go a little bit farther, it can feel easier. We're going to bridge. It can feel a little easier, but your knees might get a little sore. So just keep that in mind. Pressing down with your feet, we're going to inhale, press the hips straight up. As you exhale, we're going to roll the spine down. Really take your time with that. Exhale slow. It takes a lot of pulling that pubic bone up towards the navel to get through all the vertebrae. Inhale back up. Exhale, roll down. Inhale back up. We're going to hold. And in this position, I want you to try to lift your sternum. So we're thinking about our chest here more than our butt, right? It kind of creates what's a natural throat lock. So your chin is a little bit tucked in. And concentrate on that Ujjayi breath, that breath that sounds like Darth Vader. One more. Then on your next exhale, roll it down. One vertebrae at a time. Take it nice and slow. And you'll notice when you get to the lumbar spine, it's a little bit harder to get those all the way down. When you get down, bring your knees to your chest. We're going to pause. So you can pause in any position, knees to chest, feet flat on the floor. And just notice how that felt for your body. Notice your legs, specifically the quads and the hamstrings. And notice your back. How's your spine feeling by the end of practice? Then from wherever you are, grab your block, place your feet flat on the floor. Inhale, press and lift the hips enough to slide the block up underneath your sacrum. You do not have to use the block here, by the way. You can skip it completely. So if you don't want to put that block under your booty, don't put a block under your booty. You can totally leave it out, or you can use a folded blanket and slide that up underneath you. Then we're going to legs up the wall, which is just legs in the air because there's no wall. And, if you're at home, and maybe someday in class we'll do this, you can do this up against a wall. You can find stillness, or you can move your feet and roll out your ankles, or find rotation with your hips. And spread your toes. We should all be doing this every day. It reduces stress and anxiety. Let's just do this for a little bit longer. Letting all the lymphatic system drain in the opposite direction keeps us very healthy. Boosts the immune system. I said that wrong. Immune. I said immune. Oh, I hope the puppy's okay out there. Good Lord. I'm sure it's fine. And then gently taking your feet back down. You can bring your knees towards your chest and then lower your feet and then lower everything. Press and lift the hips. Slide the block out. Knees to chest. Think about how that felt. Noticing how your head feels, how your feet feel. And then any movements that you want to take before you set yourself up for Shavasana. I shouldn't say any movements. When they do that at the end of other yoga classes, people are like doing headstands and stuff. That's not what we do. I don't want anybody popping into a plow or a shoulder stand.
Yeah.
And then you can use your cushion up underneath your knees if you want to protect the low back. Turn your palms to face up. If that's comfortable on your shoulders, if it hurts your shoulders, don't do that. Gianna, are you okay with your head on the floor, or do you want to scoot down? Okay, just want to make sure. I'm going to sit up, but what I want you to start doing is noticing the breath. It's kind of fun not having music for our final meditation today, because it'll force you to really pay attention to your body, really pay attention to the sounds in the environment. And again, just like we started our practice, start to take in the awareness of the exhale. Letting those linger. We're not going to press the belly. We're just going to linger in the exhales. Let's take one hand and place it on your belly and one hand and place it on your heart, if that's comfortable. If you don't feel relaxed like that, you do not have to do it. And just feel the contact of your hand on your body. I want you to notice how easy it is to trust yourself when you let it. How easy it is to trust your own intuition. How when you really stop and pay attention to what's going on in your body, you know exactly what you need. Sometimes we don't pay attention and we ignore our cues, and that's okay too. But when we bring mindfulness and when we bring awareness to even that aspect of ourselves, we know that we really can trust. Stop. I always say just allowing the sounds in the environment to keep you present on the mat. Your mind will start to wander. We're just going to take a couple minutes of breath here. If you want to move your hands, you can. If you're comfortable with your hands there, that's great. Just witnessing your breath. And when your mind begins to wander away from your mat, bring it back to the breath. The sounds in the environment are a great way to do that. We don't have music to focus on, so you can hear the diffuser going, the chatter from around. Sometimes there's birds, cars. Noticing when the mind begins to wander and thoughts come in, giving them space to move right back out. Remembering that the mind is designed to think, that's what it's for. And just allowing those thoughts to float right on through. You can even visualizing them floating right out the back of your head and into the earth below you. Just feel the breath coming in and feel the breath going out. And now I want you to imagine that coming out of the base of your spine is a long tail, like you're growing a tail. And it grows straight down through the floor, through the foundation of where you are, and into the earth's crust beneath you. And from there it shoots all the way down through the dirt and the clay, through the rocks, water table, every layer of the earth's crust and into the molten rock beneath, going all the way down through every layer until it gets to the core of the earth, where it connects. Then from this place, I want you to imagine that every single person in this room, in this space, that you know, that you love, people who are your neighbors, people who you just know on the internet, the lady at the grocery store, everybody that you've ever come in contact with also has the same tail, all the way down to the same spot, until it's almost like nothing but tails coming down to connect to the center of the earth from all over the globe. Just take a moment with that. There's a lot of things that all people have in common. And the biggest one is we all live here together. Taking a deep inhale, filling your belly up, and exhale completely. And then starting to move. You can wriggle your fingers, you can wiggle your toes, you can take some stretches. Take your time, gently moving the body back into this space, keeping with you that feeling of being connected to the center of the earth and the knowledge that everyone else has that ability also. And if you'd like to roll onto your side for a few minutes, you can, or you can just stay on your back. And I just want to remind everybody that you can trust. We don't know the whole story. We're not meant to know the whole story ever. But always, if you look back over your life, even your short 9 years, is it 9 years of your life, you can notice that when things happen that feel like they're not good, usually something good comes along right behind it. And then you go, oh, that's why that happened. And even if you don't witness the thing that comes along right behind it, you can also trust that whatever it was, it probably was saving you or protecting you from something else. And then you can slowly sit up, take your time. Where's everybody at? There you are. Hi. Thanks, y'all, for being here. I love you guys. It's good to see you. Namaste. What, you have to go potty? What the heck? Oh, she's so cute. She did so good. She did so good, though. You can tell her now she meditates like mommy. I bet. Thank you so much for being here, and we will see you next week. Bye.